Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 5 rounds for time. So make sure you are marking down your time and your movements and weights. It is called Eiffel Tower because of the Olympics has officially started this week, or this past week I should say. And so it's going to be in the shape of an Eiffel Tower. It's going to go from little to a lot. So we're going to do 5 push-ups, 10 slam balls, 15 goblet squats, 20 sit-ups, 25 step-ups or box jumps, and 30 shoulder taps. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our push-ups. So we'll start with the regular push-ups and we'll go into the modifications. So a big thing is we want our hands to be directly underneath our shoulders, so it should be a nice straight line. So we don't want too far out, too far up, too far back, too far in. It should be directly supporting everything straight up and down. And then we want to have our butt nice. We want our whole back to be nice and straight in a straight line. We don't want to be sagging and we don't want to be pushing up. We want to be looking ahead and come down in a nice straight even line. If you find that your stomach or your other legs or whatever is touching first, it will mean that you are actually sagging. So just bring that butt up a little bit. And if you find that your chest is hitting first, it means that your butt is up too high. So just facing you, we're gonna show you again. Again, everything is a nice even line, straight up and down. So a modification would be, I can't cross my legs because of my bad hip right now. I shouldn't say bad hip, it's fixed now. So my good hip, but still recovering. So things are going to be modified. Come down, and again, you want everything to be nice and straight, same position with those hands. The other thing that you can do is you can take a bench and you can do a push-up to the bench. So come out. I'm doing it this way just so you can see it a little bit better, but you would do it this way. I'll show you this way first. Come down, and this is a great modification. But move my wall ball. So you want to have a nice straight back, come down, touch your chest to the bench or box or whatever you have. So it just gives you the right movement. You're just a little bit elevated, so it makes it just that much easier. Okay, so the next movement is going to be our slam balls. Now, I can't do a regular slam ball right now due to my recovery process. So I will explain it and then I will show you what I do for modifications. But you're going to take your slam ball, you're going to come down into a full squat. Again, I can't do this right now, but you want to keep your chest up, your knees are coming out, you're coming down and grabbing the ball with 2 hands. You're keeping that chest up the whole time. You're bringing it up overhead until your arms are straight overhead. And you do not want to slam the ball like this. We don't want to put that weird pressure on our lower back. So we want to bring it down and we're going to follow it down. So we're going to come down and squat and you're going to slam it towards the bottom here. That's when you should start really slamming the ball down, because if we want to do it fast, we want to catch it on the bounce. There is a very small bounce. It is maybe like an inch or a half inch. So you got to be quick, and that's how you're going to get that quick, nice movement. If you can't do that, or that's okay for now, maybe something to work up to. What I do for modifications, I use my stack of plates or my bench. I'll show you on the bench. It might be a little loud because it's on the platform here. But again, I'm going to come down. I'm going to have that nice straight back. My chest is up. I'm coming and slamming it down, and I'm following it down with my hands. I'm not letting it go at the top. And if you want to do it just a little bit lower to get a little bit more of that movement. So those are the options there. Or if you don't have a slam ball, don't panic. You could use a med ball. It's just a little bit bouncier, a little bit lighter, a little bit wider, a little bit higher, a little bit of everything. Just be aware that when you bounce the slam ball, you gotta have a nice controlled, not the slam ball, the med ball. You have to bounce it nice and controlled because it will bounce all over the place. You can also use a dumbbell. And again, I'm going to use this a little bit elevated, but you can go from the floor and you're going to grab it with 2 hands, pop it up, and you're going to pop it up and grab it like so, straight hands, come down. Okay, or you can do plates overhead, and you can take a plate all the way overhead, touch all the way overhead. Hey, Mia. Bye, Mia. Bye. That was her quick Madonna moment. Okay, so the next one is going to be our goblet squats. Again, so sorry, but I can't demonstrate the full squat, but I will explain how to do it properly. So we want our feet to be slightly wider than hip width apart. Our toes are going to be slightly pointed out, and we're going to bring our knees out, not forward or not in. This keeps our feet nice and flat on the ground because we don't want our heels to be coming up at any point. So we want to go down and we want to be about parallel, which I can sort of get to. So we want to be about parallel to the ground. I think I'm just slightly above. And we want to keep that chest up. Now we're going to be using a weight. So you're going to grab your dumbbell or a kettlebell and you're going to hold it and come down into that squat, right? So my modification for those that are starting, that are new, it's a great modification. You can use the bench and squat to the bench. What you want to keep in mind when you come up, you want to make sure, and same thing when you're coming up from a regular squat, you want to make sure you're locking those hips out all the way when you come up. You're standing straight. I saw a video of a person to be unnamed doing some squats that were pretty horrendous. Anyway, so that's why I say that. Make sure you're locking out the top. When you're squatting to a bench or a box, keep in mind, what you want to keep in mind is you don't want to be rocking. You don't want to use that momentum. You want to be standing straight up. So to ensure this, think about just pulling your knees back when you stand up. That's going to prevent you from rocking. Just think about sit down, pull your knees back, or just slightly touch, pull those knees back, stand all the way up. You can also do air squats if you're just not ready to add a weight. That's fine as well. You can do that. It's just body weight squats, either to the bench or just regular air squats. The next movement is our sit-up. Pretty self-explanatory. So we want to come down, come all the way up. Make sure you're really engaging that core as you're coming up. You don't want to just let this all be loose and all in your hip flexors here. That's not what we're trying to work out here. We're trying to work out the abs. Maybe you only have one ab, I don't know. So really squeeze that as you come up and make sure that you're just not exercising those hip flexors. So modifications would be just to the knees, to the shins. You can do crunches, but again, come up to the shins there as you do it. Okay. Next movement is going to be our step ups, or you can do a combination of step ups and box jumps, or you can just do box jumps, or you can just do step ups, depending on where you're at with your fitness journey. I cannot show you the box jumps, but I can show you that once you're on the box, you want to stand all the way straight up and then either step down or jump up, down. I'm not allowed to jump yet, coming soon. So I will show you the step up. So we want to make sure that when we step up, we do want to be about parallel, to the, so you're in a 90-degree angle. That should be kind of what you're aiming for as far as the height of the step up. You can go a little bit higher if you feel you're okay with that. So you want to step up onto the box or plates or whatever you have, and you want to make sure that leg is straight first, and then step that other foot down. And again, straight all the way up, using the strength of the leg that's being on the box or thing. So again, if you're jumping, jump up, and you never want to land in a full squat when you're jumping. That's a no-no. You want to make sure you land as high as possible on that box. That's going to prevent injury in so many ways. So modifications is just a lower step up. You can do, you can also add, if you're not ready for box jumps, but you just think the step ups are a little too easy, you can add a weight and hold the weight as you step up, but make sure you're really keeping your core engaged with the extra weight and your chest up, back straight. And same thing when you're box jumping and stepping up. So the last movement is going to be our shoulder taps. So I'm going to face you first, and then just to give you the front view, I guess. So we want to be in the same push-up position that we started in. Our hands are going to be directly underneath there. We want our legs to be set a little bit wider apart than a push-up. And we want to make sure that when we're tapping, it's a slow, controlled tap where we're squeezing our abs and our glutes and our hamstrings, because we do not want to be moving, rocking back and forth. So if you find that every time you're switching hands, you're moving your body, you feel that body, be body aware here. Really try to engage everything, just squeezing tighter, and that's going to keep you in that position. So the shoulder tap is really another ab movement, but it also works those glutes and hamstrings as well. So from the side view, again, we do not want to be moving. We want to be squeezing everything, nice, controlled tap. No, it's not about flying back and forth, I guess. So to make this harder, you can do it, and I can't show you, again, I'm sorry. You can either put your feet on something higher, elevated, or you can do it in a handstand position where you're going back and forth. So modifications, you can be in that modified push-up position, and you can do the same thing. You can also be in kind of a dead bug position and squeezing, or you can actually do dead bugs. And the same thing when we do dead bugs, this is not a dead bug, I'm sorry, bird dog. You want to make sure you're not leaning. It's not a swimming. You're not in the Olympics swimming the front stroke here. You're just slow, controlled squeezing those abs. So that is the workout for the day. Again, it's going to be 5 rounds for the 5 rings of the Olympics, if you didn't get that. And you're going to work your way up from beginning to end. You're going to do all those 5 times. So